My child, are you tired? Have you been fighting for so long that all your strength is gone? You've strived and you've pushed, and now you just feel lost, defeated. You look at your life and wonder where that peace is, the peace you were promised. You look at the landscape of your heart and see only scorched earth, a battlefield where you've been the only soldier fighting a war on a dozen fronts. And all you feel is the profound ache of exhaustion. It's more than just physical. It's a deep soul-level fatigue that's settled right into your bones. You feel dangerously tired, and I see you. I see it all. I see the weight you carry. That invisible armor you force yourself into each morning, to face a world that always seems to demand more than you have left to give. I've watched you rise early and stay up late, working so hard for every little thing, believing that your effort is the only thing holding your world together. You've become a master of performance, an expert at appearing strong while you're crumbling on the inside. You smile, you serve, you show up, all while a quiet desperation hums just beneath the surface. You've been running a race you were never meant to run alone. It's a marathon of self-reliance, and it has left your soul completely depleted. You feel this immense pressure to be everything to everyone. The dependable employee, the patient parent, the supportive friend, the faithful servant. You give and you give, pouring yourself out until there's nothing left, and then you try to give from that empty cup. That's the source of your burnout. That's the origin of the hollow feeling in your chest, the loss of joy, the frightening numbness that's starting to replace the passion you once had. I've seen you scrolling late into the night, looking for any distraction from the relentless hum of anxiety. I've heard your unspoken prayers, the ones that are just a single weary sigh. I've been with you in those moments you've wondered if just getting sick even for a little while might be a relief, a permission slip to finally stop. You've gotten so used to the struggle that you've forgotten what peace even feels like. The silence feels threatening, because in the quiet you have to face the truth. You are utterly and completely spent. You look at others and wonder how they do it all. You see them running, and you feel guilty for wanting to stop. The world screams that you have to hustle, achieve, and produce, and you've believed that voice. You've mistaken the voice of the world for my voice, and it has led you to this desolate place. You're trapped in a cycle where your worth feels tangled up with your spiritual report card. But I'm here to tell you, my beloved, that was never my heart for you. The striving, the constant proving, the relentless pursuit of enough, that is a burden I never asked you to carry. From the very beginning, I designed creation with a rhythm of rest. I worked, and then I rested. I blessed that day of rest and made it holy. It's a sacred gift woven into the very fabric of time. It was never meant to be a suggestion. It was an invitation into the very life of God. Yet you feel guilty when you slow down, as if you're failing or falling behind. You've come to believe the lie that rest is a weakness, a luxury you can't afford, rather than the vital necessity I created it to be. This heavy burden you're carrying is the burden of trying to prove yourself. It's the deep-seated belief that you have to earn your place, that my love is conditional on your performance. It's the fear that if you stop moving, you'll be forgotten, overlooked, or deemed unworthy. You strive because you're afraid of failure, afraid of letting people down, afraid deep down of letting me down. But hear me, my child. Your effort doesn't impress me. Your exhaustion breaks my heart. Watching you strive to earn a love that is already freely and completely yours is like watching a child trying to pay for a gift they've already been given. Your frantic work is an attempt to pay a debt that was canceled, in full, at the cross. It is by grace you have been saved, through faith, and this is not from yourselves. It is the gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast. You've been trying to live by rules instead of by grace, and it has worn you out. You've been trying to be your own savior, your own source, your own strength. You've forgotten that the Christian life isn't about you living for me in your own power, but about me living through you in mine. You were created to be a vessel, not the source, a branch, not the vine. A branch that tries to produce fruit on its own will only wither and break. Without me, you can do nothing. And you, my child, have been trying to do everything. That is why you are so tired. That is why you feel so broken. You have been pulling the full weight of your life, your work, your family, your faith, all by yourself. But that's a yoke of bondage, a crushing weight that leads only to burnout and despair. And I am here now to offer you a divine exchange. Lest you think you're alone in this, let me tell you about my servant Elijah. He was a man of great faith and power. He stood against kings and false prophets. He called down fire from heaven and witnessed my mighty power in a way few have ever seen. He experienced a tremendous victory, a public validation of everything he believed in. And what happened right after this monumental spiritual high? He collapsed. He ran for his life from a single threat, found himself in the wilderness, and sat down under a broom tree, utterly defeated. He was so burnt out, so completely spent, that he prayed for his life to end. "It is enough," he said. "Now, O Lord, take my life." Think about that, my child. After his greatest success, he hit his deepest low. He was physically, emotionally, and spiritually bankrupt. Does that sound familiar? The paradox of feeling most empty right after you've given the most. Now, how did I meet him in that moment of utter despair? Did I scold him for his lack of faith? Did I tell him he was burnt out and needed to try harder? No, not at all. I saw his exhaustion. I saw his humanity. So first I let him sleep. Then I sent an angel to touch him gently and say, "Get up and eat." And right there beside him was bread baked on hot stones and a jar of water. I met his most basic human needs first: rest and nourishment. I didn't give him a 5-step plan for spiritual recovery. I gave him bread and water. And then I let him sleep again. Only after he had rested and eaten, only after his physical and emotional reserves were partially restored, did I begin to speak. And when I did, it wasn't in the wind, or the earthquake, or the fire, the loud, dramatic ways he had known me before. I spoke to him in a gentle whisper, a still, small voice. "My child, I am not disappointed in your burnout. Like Elijah, you've simply reached the end of your own resources. And just as I met him with gentle care, I am meeting you now. I'm not here with condemnation, but with bread and water for your soul. I'm here to give you permission to rest. I'm here to speak to you, not in a whirlwind of expectations, but in the quiet whisper of grace. Listen closely, because this is the very intervention your soul has been crying out for. This is the heart of the gospel, found in one of the most tender and powerful invitations ever given. It's an invitation spoken directly to you, right now, in your weariness. My son Jesus spoke these words for you. "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light." Just let those words wash over you. This isn't a suggestion, it's a loving command from your Creator. Come to me. I'm not telling you to get your act together first. I'm not telling you to muster up more strength. I am telling you to come just as you are, tired, worn out, and burnt out. The rest I promise isn't a vacation or a nap, though you might need those too. It's a deep soul-level peace that comes only from this divine exchange. What is this yoke he talks about? In that time, a yoke was a wooden beam that joined 2 oxen so they could pull a heavy load together. A wise farmer would never yoke 2 weak animals. He'd yoke a younger, weaker ox with an older, stronger one. The stronger ox would bear most of the weight, guiding the younger one and teaching it how to walk. The younger ox's only job was to walk in step. This is the picture of what I'm offering you. You have been trying to pull the entire plow of your life by yourself. You're the weak ox, straining and staggering under a load you were never meant to pull alone. I am inviting you to be yoked with me. Let me, the strong one, bear the weight. Your job isn't to pull harder. Your job is to surrender, to walk in step with me, to learn my rhythms of grace. My yoke is easy and my burden is light, not because life's work disappears, but because I am carrying the load. Rest is not the absence of effort, it's the presence of God inside your effort. It's the quiet confidence that settles in your soul when you finally realize that the one holding the universe together is holding you. This is the great exchange. Give me your burnout, your anxiety, your exhaustion, and your fear. In return, I will give you my strength, my peace, my rest. So what does this look like in real life? This sacred art of stillness. It begins with giving yourself permission. Permission to stop. Permission to be unproductive without feeling guilty. Permission to simply be in my presence without an agenda or a to-do list. True rest is an act of trust. It is you declaring with your inaction that I am God, and you are not. It's you letting go of the illusion of control and resting in my care. The Bible says, "Be still and know that I am God." The stillness comes before the knowing. You can't truly know me as your provider until you stop trying to provide everything for yourself. You can't know me as your strength until you admit your weakness. My power is made perfect in weakness. Your burnout, which you see as a massive failure, is actually the doorway to experiencing my grace in a way you never have before. It is the exact place where your strength ends and mine begins. So don't be afraid of the quiet. Don't fear the stillness. It is in this holy space that your soul will be restored. Picture yourself beside quiet waters. The frantic rushing of your thoughts begins to slow down. The demands and expectations fade into the background. It's here, beside these still waters, that I restore your soul. I lead you in paths of righteousness, not for your glory, but for my name's sake. This isn't about you performing. It's about me shepherding. The sheep doesn't worry about finding the next green pasture. It simply trusts the shepherd. I am your good shepherd. I know what you need. I know the way through the darkest valley. My rod and my staff will comfort you. Your only task in this season is to learn to be still, to trade your frantic doing for a quiet being. Put away the checklists, turn off the noise, sit in the silence and just breathe. Let your honesty be your prayer. You don't need polished words. I want your honest heart. Tell me, Lord, I'm so tired, I'm empty. I don't even know what to ask for, but you know what I need. Help me. A prayer like that moves my heart more than the most eloquent speech because it's real. It is an act of total surrender. Now let me speak to the deepest root of your striving. Let me heal the foundational lie that has fueled your exhaustion. Your worth, my beloved child, is not a trophy to be won. It is a fact that was settled before the foundation of the world. My love for you has absolutely nothing to do with your performance, your productivity, or your perfection. I loved you before you accomplished a single thing. I loved you in your weakness. I loved you at your worst. My love isn't a wage you earn. It is a gift you receive. You are not an employee of God, whom I evaluate based on quarterly performance. You are a child of God, loved simply because you belong to me. Think of the love a parent has for a newborn baby. Does that child have to do anything to earn that love? No. The love is poured out simply because the child is. That is just a dim reflection of the love I have for you. You've been living like a spiritual orphan, fighting for scraps and trying to earn your keep. But I have not left you as an orphan. I have come to you. I have adopted you into my family. You are a co-heir with Christ. My spirit lives in you, confirming to your spirit that you are my child. So please, stop acting like you have to earn your place at my table. Your seat has been reserved and paid for. You are not a guest who has to sing for your supper. You are a beloved member of the family. Rest in that identity. Let it sink deeper than all the lies the world has told you about your value. You are loved. You are chosen. You are secure. You are enough, not because of what you do, but because of whose you are. Let this truth set you free from that exhausting treadmill of performance. I know the fear that whispers in your heart, but if I stop, what will happen? If I rest, everything will fall apart. Who will do all the things that need to be done? Listen to my promise from the prophet Isaiah. Even to your old age and gray hairs, I am He. I am He who will sustain you. I have made you and I will carry you. I will sustain you and I will rescue you. I will carry you. You do not have to carry yourself. This season of rest is not an end. It's a necessary preparation for a whole new way of living. Those who wait for me, who hope in me, will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. The strength described here isn't a human self-generated strength. It's a divinely imparted strength that comes only after a season of waiting, of resting, of trusting in me. The goal isn't to stop forever. The goal is to stop striving forever. It's to learn to move forward at a pace of grace, not a pace of pressure. It's to rebuild your life on a foundation of rest, not on the frantic energy of anxiety. When you learn to walk yoked with me, you will discover a new way to work, a new way to serve, and a new way to live. It will be a life lived not from a place of exhaustion, but from the overflow of a soul that is regularly refilled in my presence. My grace is enough for you. My resources are unlimited. Trust me to provide the strength you need for each day, just one day at a time. My beloved child, the invitation is right here before you. Cease your striving. Let go of the burdens you were never meant to carry. Stop trying to prove a worth that is already yours. Come to me. Lay down your exhaustion, your anxiety, and your fear at my feet. In exchange, receive my rest. It is a sacred gift, given freely from a heart of infinite love. Remember, Rest is not weakness. It is a profound act of trust. Let this be your turning point. Today you stop fighting the battle alone. Today you surrender into my grace. You exchange the heavy yoke of performance for the easy yoke of walking with me. If this message has spoken to the weariness in your soul, I encourage you to subscribe for more messages of hope and rest. You can also find links to devotionals and other resources in the description below. And now, receive this blessing. May the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, guard your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus. May you physically feel the weight lift from your shoulders as you surrender it all to me. May you sleep deeply tonight knowing that you dwell in safety because I am watching over you. And may you awaken with a renewed spirit, ready not to strive but to walk gently in the unforced rhythms of grace. You are loved. You are seen. You are never alone. Rest now, my child. Just rest.